you, especially my young friends who have gathered here today to pitch their ideas for starting entrepreneurship programs. KIED is a nodal agency of the government of Kerala to develop entrepreneurship amongst especially youngsters, because we need to make a very fundamental shift in India. And that shift is especially more important for Kerala, is that we need to move away from being a nation of job seekers to being a nation of job creators. Because typically and traditionally in India, we have always looked at education as the passport to prosperity. And if you study hard, then you will go on to get a good job, and then you will probably have a white collar job, and you will go through the profession and rise through the ranks and retire comfortably. But that is a very limited dream to have. Today we live in a different world. Today anything is possible. Today entrepreneurship is possible. There are seemingly companies which have come out of nowhere, young people with nothing more than ideas who have turned unicorns and have created billions of dollars worth of wealth. Now, that is the dream that we need to give our youngsters. It is not that our youngsters are any less proficient than the others are, or any less technically capable, or any less knowledgeable than the others are around the world. But I think what our youngsters lack is the confidence that they can do it. And I think that is something that we need to fulfill, and that is something that we need to fill you up with, to know that it is okay to fail, but it is more important for you to go on and succeed. It is okay. There are always, the speaker before me, I just heard him say that there will be, some failures, which is fine. There will always be some obstacles which will be there. Maybe one idea may not work, but the next would, or maybe the next after that would. So I think it's very, very critical for us to understand that how it is not that you think that today I will start a business and in 3 years or 8 years time I'm going to be a unicorn. I will have $1 billion worth of market capitalization. It doesn't work like that. If you look at any of those who have made their careers on an entrepreneurial way, including Elon Musk, who is currently the richest man, if you've seen, most of his initial ventures have not done very well. And some of the software that he has written earlier, people have said that it's amongst the worst software that has been written, because it's like a ball of thread which goes round and round without serving any purpose. But from there, he has moved on, because with every step that you do, he has moved on. But the most important thing is that you should have the resoluteness within you. There will be obstacles which will come. Maybe the business ideas will not work at first go, but you should always understand that this is part of the game, and you need to go on to your next and see as to how you can succeed. The second element that you should also be very prepared for is the regulatory aspects, because all of you are youngsters. You have an idea, you think it will great, you want it will work well, you want to hit the market with speed. But it is also important for all of you to know that there are several things in between, like the law of the land. There are taxes to be paid, there are legal compliances to be made. So all of those things might become stumbling blocks, but they might become obstacles, but those are things that you cannot work without. So you have to factor in, it is not just you and your idea and bringing it to the market. It is important that you also take the regulatory environment into place. And that is not something that is special only for Kerala or India or for us, but it is true all across the world. But what we have tried to do over the past several years is to see as to how we can make it easier for entrepreneurs to come and set up, and how can we make the regulatory environment more user-friendly. And especially we have done a lot of work to support startups with seed capital and funding. The KSIDC is doing that. We have the Kerala Startup Mission, and we also have the KIED, which is again doing a similar entrepreneurship. So we support entrepreneurship in very many different ways, and we are actually looking for good ideas and good pitches to come out from you. And I'm sure that if there are good pitches, money is never a challenge, and you will go on to set up that business and do well. So my best wishes to all of you. And as you make these pitches, I am very keen to listen to some of them. And I hope that all of you put in your very best. Remember, this is just a pitch. This can open the door for you. But in case you do not succeed today, it doesn't mean that your entrepreneurial dream should come to an end. You should start again tomorrow, to rework the idea or to find another idea. And as I said, we need to move away from being a nation of job seekers to a nation of job creators. And that is how true and enduring wealth is created within societies, nations, and states. And one way to understand this is that in Kerala, just the non-resident Indians deposits in the bank are to the tune of 2,40,000 crores. Now, why is this money sitting in the banks? The simple answer is that money is sitting in the banks because they do not see avenues for making investments. Most of the investments in Kerala either go towards retail or towards real estate or towards gold. The productive investments are those which are creating value to society, like the entrepreneurship ideas that all of you have. So when you succeed, we will also be able to bring some of that money back into the economy and create a virtuous cycle for the state and for the country. I wish you all the very best, and God bless all of you in your future endeavors as you move on from today. Thank you and Jai Hind.